All right, let's talk about a piece of tech you use every single time you drive, but probably never even think about. It's the magic that makes steering your car feel completely effortless. We're diving into the invisible helper in your car, electric power steering.
I mean, really think about it for a second. You're in a tight parking spot, barely moving, and you can turn the wheels of this, multi-ton machine with just a little bit of effort from your arms. How on earth is that possible? Well, it turns out you have a very powerful and very clever invisible helper.
And that helper is called electric power steering, or EPS for short. This is the technology that made all of that possible. See, instead of old-school hydraulic pumps that were constantly running and draining power from your engine, EPS uses a smart electric motor that only kicks in when you actually need it. It's just a way smarter way to steer.
So, to really get how this thing works, the best way to think about it is like a little team that's working inside your steering column. A perfectly coordinated team. You've got the senses, the brain, and the muscle. So let's meet the crew. First up, you have the senses, and this is the torque sensor. Now this part is paying super close attention to you. The very instant you start to turn the steering wheel, it's measuring exactly how hard you're turning and, of course, which direction you're going. It's basically the system's sense of touch.
All that info gets sent straight to the brain of the whole operation, the electronic control unit, or ECU. But here's the cool part. The ECU isn't just listening to the torque sensor, it's also looking at how fast your car is going. And with those two pieces of info, it makes a really critical decision. How much help do you actually need from me right now?
Once the ECU makes that split-second decision, it sends the command to the muscle of the team, the electric motor. This little powerhouse is connected right to your steering system, and it provides that extra oomph, that assistive force that makes turning the wheel feel so darn easy. It's literally doing the heavy lifting for you.
Okay, so you've met the players. Now let's see how this whole team works together in the fraction of a second it takes for you to actually make a turn. It's pretty amazing.
And this is where the genius of the system really shines. Think about it. When you're parking, you're going slow, and turning the wheels is tough. So the ECU tells the motor, hey, give him everything you've got, maximum assist. But then when you're cruising on the highway, you don't want the steering to be super sensitive, right? You want it to feel stable. So the ECU dials that assistance way back. It's all about giving you the perfect amount of help for the exact moment you're in.
So let's put it all together in a quick sequence. Step 1, you turn the wheel. The torque sensor feels it. Step 2, the ECU instantly calculates the perfect amount of help you need based on your turn and your speed. Step 3, the electric motor jumps in and delivers that precise little boost. And step 4, the wheels respond and all you feel is a smooth, easy, effortless turn. And the wild part is, this whole process happens in the blink of an eye. It's completely seamless.
Okay, so it's a really clever system, right? But why is it in practically every new car today? Well, the advantages are just massive. This wasn't just a small improvement. EPS was a total game changer for how we designed cars.
The biggest, and I mean biggest win, is fuel efficiency. Those old hydraulic systems had a pump that was physically connected to the engine with a belt. That means the pump was always running, constantly sucking energy, even if you were just driving in a straight line for an hour. But electric power steering? It only uses power when you're actually turning. It sounds simple, but that one change saves a surprising amount of fuel over the life of a car.
And it just gets better from there. Because there are no fluids or pumps or belts, there's a lot less to maintain or, break. Plus, car makers can now program the steering feel. You can have a light comfort mode for city driving, and then a much heavier, more responsive sport mode for a fun road. But honestly, the most important advantage is that EPS is what makes all of our modern driver assistance features possible.
And that right there brings us to the future. Because electric power steering has become so much more than just a helper for turning a wheel, it's now a fundamental building block for pretty much all next-generation car technology.
Think about it. For a car to have something like lane keeping assist, where it can literally nudge you back into your lane, or automatic parking, where it does all the steering for you, well, the car has to be able to control the steering by itself. And the only way it can do that is with an electronic system like EPS. It's the gateway technology that lets the car's computer grab the wheel when it needs to.
Which kind of leaves us with a really fascinating thought, doesn't it? We started with a system that was just designed to help a human driver. And now, that very same system is the key that's allowing the car to start steering all on its own. It really makes you wonder, what's the next turn in the road for this incredible technology?